So I saw when you click on a file like the PowerPoint, it opened on PowerPoint Online.
Correct.
What happens if you click a different type of file, like a picture, for example?
Okay. So when I choose a file, if there is a web app for that file, it's going to open in the web app. So the Word documents would open in a Word Online app, just like this one is here. And I can close that. But what if it's like this photo here? Now, if I click on that, what it's going to do is it's going to open it in a viewer inside OneDrive if it can. Now, this being an image file, it was able to open it, and it gives me some options. I can share it, I can download it, I can delete it. Of course, I can scroll through my documents from here as well. I'm going to X out of that. What if it's a different kind of document? What if it's a PDF? So here we have a PDF file. So if I click on this one, so what it's done here is it looks pretty similar, but it's actually opened this PDF in the web browser that I'm using. So I don't actually have links like share or copy up here. I do have commands that the browser is giving me, like to save it to my local machine or to print a copy and things like that. But the PDF, in this case, my browser couldn't figure it out, so it opened it in my browser. And sometimes you'll find file types like this CSV file here that should open in Excel Online, but actually, for whatever reason, it just doesn't. But most of the time, it works fine. So anything that OneDrive can figure out how to open in an online viewer, it shows me in the online viewer. If not, it either gives it to the browser or downloads it to my local computer. Now, in this case right now, when we're looking at OneDrive, I'm actually inside a folder called BB Project Files. Now, do you know how I know we're in that folder?
Oh, because right there on top it says Files, BB Project Files.
That's true, and also I remember clicking on it just a few minutes ago. But if I forgot that part, then yes, we have this right here that shows us the path of where we are. This is called breadcrumbs. So if I were to go inside Company Files here, you can see now I'm inside BB Project Files, inside Company Files. And if I want to go back up a level, I can click on this and go back up to that folder. If I want to go all the way back to the top, I can click on Files. Now, one of the nice things that they've added into OneDrive in recent years is that a lot of things are draggable now. So if I wanted to take this document and drag it back to my root folder, I can click here, drag it. If I let go of it on Files, it tells me over here it's moved one item to Files, and you can see it's gone from this section now. If I go back up to Files, you can see that file was called test.docx, and there it is, right there in the root folder.
Right.
I can also use that to drag files back down. So if I wanted to drag this back down, I can select it, click and drag. I kind of have to do it one step at a time. So I'll put it in BB Project Files first. And then if I go inside BB Project Files, I can find it and move it back to Company Files. Now that can be kind of cumbersome if I'm moving things through a lot of different folders, especially here where it's way down here. So another option is I can select it and then choose my Move To, and it's going to give me a directory tree of my OneDrive, and so I'll browse to the appropriate folder and choose Move.
Oh, great. So if you can drag stuff around like you can on a computer, does that mean that I can drag stuff from my computer onto my OneDrive?
Sort of. So let's take a look at how that might work. So I'm going to go back to the Files folder, back to the root of my OneDrive for Business, and I'm going to choose the Restore Down button so my browser is not taking up the whole screen. I have another browser behind it I'll get rid of. So now I can see my browser and I can see part of my computer too. I'm going to open my Windows Explorer. Now we're here on a Windows 10 machine. If I go and click on this PC, and let's go to my desktop, you can see I have a lot of files here. I'm going to shrink this window over a little bit so I can see both of them. Now, what I can do is I can take one of these files. Let's say I really want to get this Acme logo file here. I can click on that and I can drag it over to my OneDrive. You can see my icon changes, and at the top of the screen it says drag the items to any location. If I let go of it here, there's my logo file. Again, alphabetically in order because it starts with an A.
Right.
However, if I want to take this BB Course QuickBooks file and drag it back to my computer, I can select it, I can try to drag, but nothing's going to happen.
It's trapped in the browser.
Yep. So I can drag things from my computer, from my Windows Explorer, into my OneDrive web interface, but I can't go the other way. The good news is if you need to do a lot of dragging from your computer to your OneDrive, you don't have to do it all through the web app. So in the next module, let's take a look at the PC apps for OneDrive.
All right.